Harbor Commission special meeting is in order. And we have established a quorum. Jack Burright, Dan Zimmerman, Tad Mick, and Jack O'Brien are all here. Now, each of you should have received this afternoon a copy of the new proposal.
It was posted on the website, but.
You can just leave, I'll pick them up there. Thank you. I made an error in the weight of the crab pots. I reweighed them and came up with a 35 pounds per pot, and I asked the city to have P&D recalculate the number of pots per float based on the revised weight. And P&D's recalculation came back with 25.5 pots maximum per float unit, or
35 to 40 feet.
I'm sorry, what?
They said the float unit for 35 to 40 feet.
Oh, 40 per float unit, yeah, right, yeah. However, I believe they still say that 20 pots are better than 25. They were better than 30, so I'm sure they're better than 25. So having figured that out on all docks, that would allow for 60 pots per dock, 1 through 4. And 60 pots, given the fact that all but one or maybe all the charter boats will fit on docks 1 and 2 under the new configuration. 60 pots, if I have calculated right, will be plenty for the, on docks 1 and 2 for the charter boats. With, I think there's a little, I think on dock 2, there's an extra 20 pots, and on dock 1, an extra 10 pots for charter boats. And under the pots, P&D has recommended 2 types of grid grading that would be good for the light emission. We asked them about the rubber mat, and they determined that that would not allow the necessary light emission, which is 60%. So we're not even going there anymore. So one of the 2 recommendations, and there are 2 recommendations to choose from, and that's something that the boat owners will have to look at. Actually, one of them can be bought at Home Depot. And these are, the other one is FRP, which is fiberglass reinforced plastic, which is similar to the dock, the new dock construction. The deck, your decking, but I don't believe it's not as thick, I believe. Anyhow, having said that, what I want to do is, well, I've made a new recommendation and an addendum to go before the Harbor Commission before the City Council next Tuesday. The Harbor Commission, and what I want is your feedback on this, saying the Harbor Commission has amended its crab pot proposal as follows. The Harbor Commission recommends the city allow crab pot storage on city docks 1 through 4 with a limitation as previously proposed by the Harbor Commission and P&D Engineering. We also recommend the City Council approve this for a 2-year period beginning on March 1st, 2025, Well, actually, it can't begin that soon because the docks won't be ready till the 15th. So I'm going to change that to April 15th, 2025, and ending on October 31st, 2027. If at the end of this trial period, the requirements and limitations imposed by the Harbor Commission as stated in the harbor regulation and PND continue to be met, crab pot storage in the docks will continue. So I need to hear from you three on what do you think about that?
Shall I go first?
Sure, go ahead, Dan.
Yeah, I like your ideas, Jack. I mean, that the city council meeting was sure disappointing. That's for sure. You know, I mean, the whole insurance issue is every boat has more than adequate insurance to cover any kind of liability for any kind of crab pot liability. You know, each charter boat has $1 million worth of coverage. You know, I think some of the councilmen were a little bit far off base, you know, calling out that this could cost the city forever and ever and everything else. I mean, it's a little bit overboard as far as I'm concerned. The barge thing that was suggested is just not practical by any means.
Yeah, Dad, we're just dealing with this proposal, and now the insurance is not our issue. That's an issue between the city and the boat and the mortgage holders. So I understand your concern and frustration from the last meeting, but we're looking forward here. So
Yeah, well, I'm just saying that you know that's what my suggestion is that we can just store the crab pots on the boats unless we're whale watching. And then when we're whale watching, it's flat enough. There's not going to be any surge in the bay or anything. So there's going to be no wear and tear on the docks while we're out whale watching. But that I think that's a pretty good compromise also.
okay. Jack, you got anything?
I don't. I'm just listening. You know,
I'm in the meeting at the Harbor Commission meeting, special meeting.
Say again, please.
yeah, I was just listening to Tad's comments. You know, this really affects the charter boats more than anybody, in my opinion, at least. And I'm hoping there's a fair resolution.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, buddy.
Dan, what are your thoughts on the proposal?
I like it. I thought it just is the same thing other than the adjustments made because of the weight issue. And this is the material, that's fine. I think it's great. I hope that our recommendations take some consideration because it's from experience.
Yeah. I haven't been able to get to Dockside. I'm hoping to get with them this weekend. They are they're away this week, both
Right.
Eva and Tyler. So
Public comment?
actually, we don't have.
They didn't have anything on there.
Yeah. Why don't you go ahead? I mean, you took the trouble to come. Go ahead.
If you want, come on, and I'll just make your note.
So, I do want to hear about the insurance, Fran Rec, PO Box 221 in Depot Bay. And I do want to understand why the barge idea isn't practical.
I will tell you right now why that's not practical.
And I'm very interested in minimizing the amount of time crab pots are on the dock. So Tad's idea to me would accomplish a lot, would go far in relieving my concerns about liability and presuming that all the other stuff isn't on the dock. I was shocked that, every dock had violations of the ordinance, and I just can't imagine that the companies, I know everybody's a contractor, but aren't policing. The Harbor Commission is supposed to be looking out for the interest of the city as much as they're looking out for the interest of the charter boats.
That's
And I
correct.
don't see that. I don't see you guys getting upset with the liability that all that junk on the dock causes us, and it's in violation of the rules. And yes, maybe the harbor master should be enforcing, but I mean, to me, it's everybody's responsibility, and the Harbor Commission should be pushing this, and the dockside and Tradewind should be pushing that. If their contractors, their boat owners don't, I mean, they're causing liability for the city, and yes, it's never happened before, but it certainly can happen. And Tad's idea, the idea of just storing them on the boats when you're not, that would minimize the time. You wouldn't need then, hopefully, if it's only a 3 or 4 hour window, we'd have to ask P&D about the light filtering, but that, you know, those things on the docks are also tripping hazards. So it'd be very interesting to figure out what we can do there.
Yeah, the problem with the barges is the light emission again. And that's, P&D has also commented on that.
But it's just like a boat.
No, it isn't, because it would be docked there, it would not be moving in and out. And I don't understand the nuance between a boat and a fixed object, or, you know, a fixed floating object, but that's the way it is. That's the thing with which we must deal. We've already, because of the increase in size of dock 2, because of the increase in the width and the length, we've already had to do a mitigation project. The city has already had to do a mitigation project for that. And that's. And so that's the concern, and that's one of the big concerns with the barge issue. Whether you put it in a slip or outside of the slip, it's basically, for all intents and purposes, it's kind of like a moored, a dock or something, or a storage bin. It's not moving. It will not go out to the ocean and everything back. It probably doesn't, you know, help what you're trying to, your point, but the thing is, that's the reality. And because if we could do that, we could put a dock over at the north, at the troll pier, and it's the same issue. Because it covers covering the water, there's a light emission thing, and that's what it is.
Another issue with an additional place to go is there's 10 to 15 boats that need to get their crab pots all at the same time. If we had to go one at a time, we'd never get out in time, we'd never get back in time, we're pretty regimented in our times departing and coming back in. It'd just be ridiculous to consider. And that's all.
The issue of the stuff on the docks, yeah, that has been a concern. And because of liability issues. But that is something that the Harbor Commission does not control. As far as our responsibility to take action, we cannot. We cannot go down, I cannot go down on the dock and say, hey, you need to move that. The city staff has been charged with the docks. We are not, and I have brought to the attention of the harbor master situations that I have found. Whenever I go through the harbor, I look to see how things are going. And the one thing that, that I am going to recommend is that, these boats that need stairs, look into a better, well, not these monstrous wooden things that are there. I've never liked those on the dock. But there's gotta be some way for people to get on and off, and I think in this day and age, they ought to be able to find a metal or aluminum ladder.
Store it on the boats just like the crab pots.
Well, I don't have a problem with that, okay? Except when the boats are going out, then you don't want to be, because these, I really don't know, there may be only a couple of charter boats that don't have the gates in the sidewall of the boat. Anyhow, that's, I understand your point, but there are certain things over which we do not have control.
There's only one boat that bay that requires that big, that plan, and that's the Morning Star, it's the only boat.
Yeah.
Some of the boats have big pieces of plywood ramps built where they can load wheelchairs through their access doors on the side of the hull. I don't need one, mine's perfectly flush.
Yeah. So, and, you know, storing those on board is definitely possible when they're not in use. But if they're going out, they need to get they need help to get on the dock. People need to be able to get it over the hull, side of the boat, into there. But then at least while they're out in the water, they need to be stored somewhere, and it should be on the center line, and then when they come back, you move it over, you offload the people, and then you put it in the boat. That's a solution that I would suggest. Anyhow, that's where we are on that stuff. I'll give you a little bit more information since you're here, on the fish pier. The arm on that hoist is 15 feet long. And so I measured 15, and then I added another 5 feet, so there'd be a safety zone there. And the dock width goes from 11 feet down to 8 feet. It's not a rectangle, it's I can't remember what the term is for that. So crab pots could be stored there. However, I think I ballpark maybe 145 crab pots if you get in there. But the pier has to be completely empty, clear, and in order to store the pots, that number of pots on there. And then when I measured it was at the time, whatever the bay, I don't remember, was incoming, outgoing, slack, or whatever, but it was 7 feet from the pier down to the water when I did that measurement. And again, one boat at a time, and, you know, I gotta have a couple of people up there load them on and then hoist down. So that's gonna take even more time, as Dan was saying, to do it. So is it possible? Yes. Is it probable or feasible? No. That's why we rejected that one. Okay, it appears that we're okay to go forward with this proposal as far as the Harbor Commission is concerned. So we will do so at the next meeting, because we are on the agenda, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And my briefing from the last has gone out to the council members as they requested, as was requested at the last city council meeting.
Can I send that to, did you get the,
I got it, but I don't know if.
okay, I was trying to remember if I
You
sent
got
it
it in
out.
the packet.
The,
You got it in the packet.
Yeah, what I stated,
Yeah.
what you guys asked for last meeting.
Yeah, we have it in the
Okay,
packet.
all right.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so that's good. Okay, any comments from the commissioners?
Yeah, when is the next, because I noticed Brady's party is the same time at what should be the next city council meeting.
No, his thing is at 5 o'clock, city council is at 6.
Oh, okay, so next Tuesday is still city council?
Mhm.
Yes,
Okay,
yeah, they're not gonna shut down everything just because Brady's been here for 30 years.
Nope.
well, is that a retirement or it's just a
No.
30-year celebration?
No,
Just
no,
30-year celebration,
just,
just,
Oh, okay,
yeah, that's all.
just, cake and thank you, and we got something for him, and when he retires, then we'll have a bigger party.
Yeah,
okay. And so he's planning on going to the city council meeting also, I assume.
well, I don't know, that's not, that's,
You mean, will he be at the city council?
yeah, he usually is.
Yeah, he'll be at the
Yeah.
city council meeting.
Yeah. Okay, so the party is only an hour,
Oh, it won't be that long.
regardless.
Doesn't say that, it doesn't take that long to say congratulations, Brady. It takes you
Okay.
that long to eat the cake.
And I was gonna say, didn't take that long to say congrats, Brady, and here's a piece of cake.
Okay.
Are you gonna be here? Since it's your
Yeah.
month? Okay, good. All
I'll be
right,
congratulating Brady too.
okay, Jack, you got any?
You just
comments?
want cake.
That's why I'm going.
I do not, sir. Thank you.
All right, Dan, you have anything else?
That won't get me in trouble.
Okay, so it's okay for me to go
Yes.
with this, and,
Thank you for.
if, after talking to, Eva and Tyler, Tad, are you gonna be in, town this weekend, or are you up there all the time?
Actually, probably not this weekend.
Okay. All right, so after I talk with Eva and Tyler and explain all this to them, if they have a suggestion that I think is viable, do I have your okay, Jack, Ted, and Dan, to propose that on Tuesday without going back to the Harbor Commission? Without having a Harbor Commission?
Not my permission. Anything that you and Tyler have to add to it is only gonna be beneficial. I mean, it's not gonna.
Okay. Tad, you have a problem?
Yeah.
Ron?
No, not at all. And I'm always available if you need to call me or anything, Jack.
Okay, Jack, you okay with that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then I will adjourn the,
No, don't adjourn yet. I have one suggestion.
I won't adjourn yet. I will, ask, Kim if she has anything to say.
I have one suggestion.
Yes,
By what you guys put out there, you're going to be asking the council to know exactly what out of P&D's recommendations you want and what out of exactly your recommendations. I would recommend, on your suggestion, you put down exactly what you're asking for.
so, okay, even though they have, okay, so you want me to go through the whole,
Not the whole
Litany.
bullet point list, just exactly, not the explanations, just say, we
No.
want to be
You want
allowed
me
to, follow P&D's recommendations, westernmost end of the docks, whatever they are, whatever recommendations you're
okay,
making.
all right, be more
Be
specific in the
specific.
wording, okay, yeah.
That will help them clearly understand what you're asking for.
I got you, yeah, and thank you, that's a very good point.
Thank you.
Now we can adjourn, thank you, I have a motion. Okay, the, October 5th, October 10th, special meeting of the Harbor Commission is adjourned at, 4:27. Thank you all, appreciate your input. And,
Bye, Ted and Jack.
bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. See you later.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.